Jay here, the No Spoon Podcast. Thank you for checking out my channel. If you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you don't miss out on the latest content. Also, like and share with as many people as possible. And if you got an opinion or something that you just want to add to the conversation, I want to hear about it down in the comments section. Until then, enjoy the video.
But this is a microcosm of this business and what goes on and how some people look at black artists, black lives. Like, come on, Adam, you got a bigger responsibility than this as a multi-millionaire from fucking hip-hop.
Truth bomb. I know all the guys. Listen, I know many guys from O Block, right? I've been there. I know these guys. I interviewed a bunch of them. I fuck with them. I fuck with the GDs as well. None of them have told me that they think these titles are in any way out of line, because to them it just seems like common sense. If you're going to interview these guys, of course you're going to talk about the shit that they actually talk about in their music.
Now you sound like a label head.
No, now I'm tight, kinda. I ain't gonna hold you. Think about this.
This interview came out. He had no complaints. None of the O Block guys had any complaints. You guys are so much more sensitive than the actual gang members.
You know why? Because we're in our 40s. Right. Stop.
And not wrapped up in this at all.
No, let me finish. No. He's saying we're more sensitive. Yeah. We're the young black people that are these kids' parents. These are our little brothers. These are our fucking nephews that are outside killing each other, and you white people are now interviewing them.
What about when they went? What about when he went on those music and dissed all his ops in the music so that I could then later ask him about it in interviews?
I would love to finish.
Finish.
He ain't making the money you are. You sitting there interviewing these black kids that are fucking killing each other and y'all monetizing it. That's not cool. I don't give a fuck what they talking about in they songs. Y'all are turning a profit off of this black trauma of them killing each other. Yeah, they the ones doing the killing because they young and they dumb and they don't fucking know no better. We 45 and 46 years old and we know better because these are our nephews. So they not your nephews, and that's why you don't see the Kevin Samuels shit in the same light that we see it, because you're a white dude and you don't understand what he is. Except Kevin Samuels was causing a black
drill rappers aren't worthy of being interviewed.
I'm not, bruh. You're not gonna spin my words. I'm sharp.
I mean, that's what I'm taking from what you're saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I interviewed this dude and I asked him about his music and his content.
True. And what I'm telling you is he's 19, 20, 21 years old. He's going to give anything just to be on somebody's fucking camera and get some light shined on his project.
I interview rappers.
What I'm saying is he lost his life.
I interview rappers all the time.
These people are losing their lives, and you keep telling me about the business.
Adam 22 is a YouTuber. He has the No Jumper podcast. His real name is Adam Grand Mason, right? His dad was actually pardoned by Bill Clinton when he was president got caught up as a voter fraud or something like that. So Adam 22 now has a big podcast here in LA called No Jumper. He has all the rappers, all the gang members, everybody on his show, and they talk about, he's drill rappers and stuff like that.
And I'm gonna just say this, right? I'm disgusted. If y'all care that much about the youth, then why y'all out there advocating for the music to stop? Y'all have not gone to any record labels and said stop putting the music out. Y'all haven't ran any campaigns. Y'all have done nothing to make this music stop. But again, you want to use the white guy as a pinata. You want to bring him on the show. You want to beat up on Adam 22, and y'all have done nothing for your people. Adam 22 is a businessman with a platform. That means his job is to give people a platform. His job is not to be their mother, their father. That's you all's job, apparently, Joe Budden and whoever the other guy is. So I'm disgusted. It's hypocritical. At the end of the day, if y'all care that much, y'all would have done something a long time ago. This stuff's getting out of control. And how many rappers have gotten killed on Joe Budden's watch and his other guy's watch? How many times have they had a show that said, we're taking this show out to highlight the violence in music? We're doing this show to talk about what the record execs are doing with music. That. But Adam 22 gets on the show, now he has to bear the broad responsibility of the black youth killing each other. No, I'm not going with it. I'm sorry.
Where were the OGs to these rappers? These older rappers have ways to get to these younger rappers and talk to them and speak to them. And I feel like these older rappers are probably upset that these younger rappers are making so much money hand over fist. And the game is way easier now. You don't have to put out a demo tape. You don't have to go to the record labels and make yourself an ass. You can just go pop it on TikTok. You can pop it on SoundCloud, you can pop it on YouTube, and you can get a distribution deal, and you can make it weight a lot more money than these rappers made when they was popping, with a lot less talent. So they do feel a certain way, but they still should be like, all right, let me guide them, let me help them, let me be a mentor to them, let me be like an advisor. I could probably be on their team and be an advisor on their team so that I could give them game. No rappers are doing that. The older rappers ain't doing it to my knowledge, unless I'm wrong. They're not doing that. So it's like, if you're not going to do that, you can't say that to an Adam 22 being an opportunist. It's America. We live in a capitalistic country. We dropped the ball. Like, drop the ball again. Like, the OGs supposed to help the little G's. Like, yo, this is how it is. Ain't nobody should be getting no crazy record contract. And the people who are black who had record labels like Baby, like Puff Daddy, they jerked all their artists. They doing the same thing the white man was doing. So,
yeah, I mean, like I said in the beginning of the show, I think that there's two ways. Two things can be right at the same time, right? So, do I think that there is a manipulation of the culture? Yeah. Do I think Adam 22 can be it? I mean, his last name is Grand Mason. His dad was it has political connections. Do I think that maybe that there's somebody going, hey, we need to keep people dumbed down at a low vibrational level and keep putting this content out here, and somebody like Adam 22 is the perfect guy to do that, right? Do I think that that's possible? Yeah, but at the same time, like you said, you can't really get mad at Adam 22 because what's the alternative here? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna start censoring? I mean, I'm just like, people got to really think about these things, and they say, well, you shouldn't be allowed to put that up. Okay, so now who's in charge of that? Who gets to sit there and say, you cannot talk about this, you can't talk about that? Now we're going into the whole misinformation, disinformation, big tech type stuff, and where government starts having the power to censor people and say you can't say this. The problem is a cultural thing, and it goes all the way back to, like, what are we talking about here? What's going on in the homes that allow people to sit here and say that this is the type of stuff that I want to listen to? When I was a kid growing up, like, I couldn't listen to rap music when I was young. When I was young, like, people we couldn't just go around and be like, hey, they'd be like, turn that off, there's kids here. Now, you got little kids running around and the people are smoking weed in front of them, they're cussing in front of them, they talking about all type of stuff, they watching any type of movies, they listen to any type of language. Like, things have changed so much and so drastically culturally, where a lot of these parents are not given the type of values that needed to be able to say, I don't want to listen to that. Adam 22, like you said, this is America. He's going to do what he's going to do because it makes money, and there's people going to be behind him, and they're going to put money behind him, just like Lyor Cohen's going to put money behind a Young Thug because there's people that want to buy it.
Yeah.
Two things can be right at the same time. I think that there is an agenda to manipulate the culture, but at the same time, just because they put some cheese in the trap don't mean you have to go and take it.
No.
And I'm also add this too. The No Jumper, I guess, podcast, whatever, has a variety of people on there. It's not just drill rappers. So somebody mentioned in the comment, he had Rizza Islam on the other day. He had Kevin Samuels on there. So again, and then the one guy talking about Kevin Samuels is dividing black people. I mean, this stuff is stupid. At the end of the day, nobody can divide people. Either you have your own mind or you don't. Either you're going to be a follower or you aren't. At the end of the day, Adam 22 is providing a platform. So guess what? If he didn't have the platform, imagine how much worse it would be if these rappers didn't have any platforms to go on. They'd be doing more extreme stuff to get more notoriety. So it'd actually probably be worse without the platforms. At least on the platforms, they can give context to their life and to the music. But to make Adam 22 responsible for all this, even though his name is Grand Mason, it's just ridiculous. And at the end of the day, what has Joe Budden, who's in the culture, and the other guy who's in the culture, what have they done? I haven't seen any kind of outreach to the youth, any kind of, let me bring you on the show and let's talk about the violence in the music.